A very good evening and a warm welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Agriculture Modernization Task Force to facilitate comprehensive reforms for the sector, President says. Cabinet approves the implementation of National Tourism Policy. News in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that an agriculture modernization task force will be established covering all crops and sectors within the industry to pave way for comprehensive agricultural reforms. The President articulated this during the agriculture modernization meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat recently.
We must first modernize the agricultural support system. I want to set up one agricultural modernization task force which will cover all crops. We'll come to animal husbandry later, which will cover all crops and which will consist of the government and the private sector. So I will have the members of the relevant departments and some representatives of the private sector. Representing private sector, all can't be there. Then we have to merge together what we have in the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Plantations and Ministry of Irrigation and Mahavalley Development. We bring all these three together with the resources of 9 provincial councils. To that, can we also see how the private sector gets involved in different sectors? You all will get involved in paddy, someone else get in vegetables, someone else gets in, and then we have to bring the universities and the other research institutions all into this. If we can agree on that, or those are willing to participate, then I can put a cabinet paper for this. Then I will be there, the Prime Minister will be there, the relevant ministers will also be there. Prime Minister will have 2 hats as Prime Minister and Minister for Provincial Councils.
President Wickremesinghe also revealed plans to open a credit line after the conclusion of the debt restructuring process in order to only acquire agricultural items for the agriculture modernization process.
We must open a credit line after we finish debt restructuring so that we can modernize, maybe to get only agricultural items. I think Thailand is also making agricultural items. We can even talk with them so that we modernize the agricultural system, keeping in mind our climate change targets, and finish it in a short time. So we will all have to now work on this. Agrarian service centers must become farmer service centers. We have how many agrarian service centers? 500. So look, all you have to do is to put 1 or 2 people in there. Buildings and all are available. If we have to open this up to the private sector. Private sector is not only yours, but average farmer is also private farmer. We can't be regulating it too much. Now, Udawalave water you are discussing here. What happened at Udawalave? Few months ago, you all released water for farming without telling any of us. And it was for farming, A. B, they were supposed to have, you were only supposed to put 10,000 to 12,000 acres in paddy, rest were to be other things. You did 25,000 acres in paddy. And I had to get blackguarded. At least when I'm getting blackguarded, I must find out why. No. So there's no planning. Someone decided somewhere we give this out. And then there's no water, people keep shouting. I'm asked for a full report. If we are to recover fast, 2 areas in which we can go fast, one is tourism, other is agriculture. Everything else, investments we bring will give you 3 to 4, 5 years. With what we have, we can manage this. And agriculture and tourism go in hand because people come to get food also.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe urged officials to swiftly provide comprehensive plans for the enhancements in gem and jewellery export and re-exports. The President made these remarks during a recent discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat to address issues within the gem and jewellery industry. The President highlighted the importance of promptly addressing challenges in the gem and jewellery sector to boost the country's revenue from exports. He stressed that progress towards this year's target growth in the industry has not met expectations compared to the previous year. The president emphasized the necessity of implementing a well-structured strategy aimed at attaining an annual export revenue of at least $2 billion. Furthermore, the president revealed that recommendations pertaining to tax policies for the advancement of the gem and jewelry sector were submitted to him by a parliamentary committee. Pertinent stakeholders also shared insights with the President regarding the challenges that have arisen within the sector. President Ranil Wickremesinghe assured that the government is fully prepared to provide necessary support and facilities if a formalized plan is promptly presented. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority Chairman Priyantha Fernando, National Tourism Policy has received approval from the Cabinet of Ministers and is set to be officially launched in the near future. The SLTDA chairman said this during a special tourism forum held in Colombo on the 10th of this month.
Many have asked me what's happening to the tourism policy. Finally, the tourism policy has been approved at cabinet level and it will be launched very shortly. And also based on the tourism policy, we have finalized the tourism strategic plan leading up to 2025, and it will also be presented probably not next week, the coming week to the cabinet and parliament, and it will be made public. So we know exactly what we are planning to do leading up to 2025, and thereafter there will be a roadmap of 10 years, a 10-year master plan taking us up to 2035. From an investor perspective, the country's political situation, the incentives that we offer for investors has to be attractive. We are not the only country. There are many opportunities available in many countries where we have to compete with them. Therefore, it's not an easy task to get investors to Sri Lanka under the current conditions. But we are having discussions at ministry level, at different department levels, to try and overcome the hurdles we are confronted with and to create a more conducive environment for investors, for foreign direct investment as well as for local investment.
Speaking at the event, Tourism Minister Harin Fernando highlighted the importance of having a national tourism policy, saying that it should not be subject to change upon new political appointments.
ලංකාවට අර්බුදය නිර්මාණය වෙලා අවසාන සංචාරකයක් ගිය වෙලාවේ ලංකාවට එන ගුවන් වාර සීමාවල් සියලුම වශයෙන් ඇහැරුණා. ලංකාවට එන එක සම්පූර්ණ වශයෙන් නැවතුණා. ඒකෙන් තමයි ලංකාව ගොඩක්ම වැටෙන්න පටන් ගත්තේ. ඒකෙන් තමයි සංචාරකයන් ලංකාවට එන්න ගුවන් තොටුපොළ ඇතුළට එන්න ගුවන් යානා තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒත් මම හිතනවා මුලින්ම කරපු දේ තමයි හරි දේ තමයි පුළුවන් තරම් ගිහිල්ලා නැවත වතාවක් ඒ ගුවන් යානාවට එවනත් අපි කියන යා සීට් කැපැසිටි එක ලංකාව තුළට වැඩි කර ගැනීම තමයි අපි කරගත්ත පළවෙනි සාර්ථකම ක්‍රියාවලිය කියලා. long haul destinations එහෙම නැත්නම් දුර රාජ්‍යයන් වලින් සංචාරක පැමිණීම අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. regional travel තමයි ලෝකෙ වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. මම හිතනවා අපි ස්ට්‍රැටජිකලි අර චලක ගජබාහු සභාපතිතුමා කිව්වා වගේ පළවෙනි මාසහය බැලුවේ ලංකාව නැවතත් ඇරලා කියලා ලෝකෙට කියන එක තමයි අපේ තිබුණ පළවෙනි අභියෝගය. දෙවෙනි අභියෝගය උනේ ඊට පස්සේ ගෙන්වා ගැනීම. තුන්වෙනි අභියෝගය හැටියට දැන් අපිට තියෙන්නේ ඒක කොන්සොලිඩේට් කර ගැනීම. හතරවෙනි අභියෝගය තියෙන්නේ වැඩිපුර මුදලක් ඔවුන්ගෙන් හම්බ කර ගැනීම. ඒ නිසා මම හිතනවා ඒක එකින් එකට යා යුතුයි. හැමදාම කියනවා වගේ මේ හැමදේම කරන්න ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් තිබිය යුතුයි. අවසනාව තියෙන්නේ මේ අපි ඉඳන් ඉන්න සියලු දෙනාම හිතනවා ලේකම්තුමා ඇරෙන්න අපි එළ දේශපාලන පත්තිය. එතකොට දේශපාලන පත්තිම් වලින් වෙනස් වෙනකොට ප්‍රතිපත්තිය වෙනස් විය යුතු නැහැ. සංචාරක කර්මාන්තේ දියුණු වෙන්න නම් ලංකාව තුළ අඩුම ගානේ දැන්වත් සංචාරක ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් තියෙනවා.
Domino's Pizza achieved a historic milestone as it opened its 50th store in Panadura on the 4th of this month, becoming the fastest restaurant brand to reach this mark. Since its launch in 2011, Domino's Pizza has rapidly expanded its presence in the country. Globally, Domino's is the largest pizza brand in the world, boasting a vast network of over 20,000 stores in more than 90 countries. Renowned for delectable pizzas, Domino's excels in delivering within its hallmark 30 minutes delivery guarantee. The grand opening of the 50th outlet was graced by the presence of Samir Ketapal, the CEO of Jubilant Foodworks. Samir Ketapal expressed his delight and pride in the brand's growth journey in Sri Lanka. Iranga Dharmawardana, the country head and director at Jubilant Foodworks Lanka, said that Domino's take pride in being a global brand with a strong local connect. He also said that understanding and catering to local consumer taste is vital for the brand's success. As Domino's Pizza Sri Lanka joyfully celebrates the opening of its 50th store, it reiterated its commitment to the local community. Domino's announced 5,000 meals to Child Action Lanka, a center dedicated to empowering and sheltering underprivileged kids and women. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with the stock updates. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 203.94 points to close at 11,392.22, and the S&P SL 20 dropped 109.48 points to close at 3,311.08. The turnover was 3.9 billion rupees and over 137 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all we have for tonight. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care. Good night.